Hello chatbox out there, it's a brand new week, so you guys know what that means. A new week with lots of new adventures to be had, and I'm going to be taking you guys along on my adventures that I get up to this week. It's Monday, a brand new start to the week, and I've got a few days off. I'm not in now till Friday evening, and then I'm off on holiday for 2 weeks, and I'm so excited to go off on holiday with the family. And I got up early, ready to catch up on Neighbours. Still can't believe it's finishing soon again, but also grateful that we got it for a few more years when bringing it back on Amazon Prime. Maybe it'll get bought by another company, we'll just have to wait and see. And I had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast, just a bit of music, just enjoying colouring in, and was reading some more of one day that I've almost finished. I then was having some bear cuddles, and then I got showered and changed, and I got myself ready to go off and get my hair trimmed and a little bit of a tidy up ready for when I go on holiday. So I made my way up there, and it was really hot and sunny, so I ended up having getting the bus up to the high street instead of walking, because I started to walk and the bus came along, so I was like, I'm going to get on that. So I hopped on the bus, got the bus up to the high street, and then got off and got my hair cut. And my family friend always does my hair, and she always does such a great job. And she was like, I swear you only got a cut. I got cut back in the end of July, and it had grown quite quickly, so I just had it tidied up. And I then got a mere selfie from there after getting my hair cut. I'm going to show you guys. I just love the confidence boost a haircut gives you. I've got my body shaved, my haircut, and I just did to sort the brows out. My older sister's going to help tend to the brows. And then I went next door to Shelley's Cafe, which is such a great cafe, and they do such great fry-ups in there. And I had one of the fry-ups with a cherry cola, and I'm going to show you guys a snap of that. The fry-up was so good. The mushrooms they do in that are so good, and I always eat it in a particular order. So I have the sausage, then the egg, then the bacon, and then I put the beans on the toast it comes with, and end up having beans on toast and eating that like that. And then I got 2 mirror selfies from there. I love the plants all around the mirrors in there, they're so cute. I then went off and had a look at some of the charge shops and popped to the book shop, and I just love the smell of old books so much. I then bumped into one of my family friends, so I was having a chat with them. I then went off and had a look in the card factory, and also went off into WH Smith's. I then popped down to the flower shop, and I got some flower snacks from there that I'm showing you guys. The bouquets in there are always so beautiful, such lovely colours, and they're just so pretty. I loved the roses and dahlias and sunflowers I was able to get snaps of. They're some of my favourite flowers to get snaps of. I then got some plant snaps from there, and I'll show you guys those. They've got such beautiful plants in there with lovely coloured leaves. I love all the succulents and the pretty plant pots. I was then having a lovely chat with the flower shop keepers in there, and then I had to pop off to the loo. So I went off to one of the restaurants to buy the loo, and then on the way out I got a mirror off from there, and I'll show you guys that. That mirror wall was so cute, and I love the wallpaper. It's got such beautiful details on. I was then going to go off to Dobby's, but it was getting quite warm and it was quite muggy still. Although it had gone overcast, I just couldn't be bothered to trek all the way up there and back, so I just went for more of a walk. And then I got back, and I'd gone to one stop to get some bits from there, and saw one of my colleagues, so I was having a chat with them, whose mum works in there. I then got myself a big bottle of Sprite and drank some of that on the way home. I then got home, and my dad had gone off to lock up work, and then he got back, and I was listening to a bit of music, just drawing, colouring in and working on some illustrations. I was then watching Escape to the Country and a little bit of Father Brown and a bit of Garden Rescue. And then for my tea I had some eggs and soldiers, and I'm going to show you guys those. The eggs and soldiers were so good, nice and runny, and then I was just working on some illustrations and colouring into those, and this is some music, and I was listening to Ben Platt's cover of Diet Pepsi, which is so good. Gave me goosebumps the first time listening to that. I then sorted out my bleached doll into a new look, and I'll show you guys that. Here's my bleached doll's new look. Starting off with these shoes. She's got these white high heels on, then this blue pair of denim jeans, then she's got this white t-shirt on and this orange cardigan with white clouds on, and her black hat, and this is the whole look. I love that look, that orange cloud cardigan. I wish I owned a life-size version of that because it's so pretty, and the wallpaper, I got the photo of her and a clip of her in front of. It's so pretty in the spare room with the flower wallpaper all over that. Just love that wallpaper. I then was just tidying up my office and my dolls and dollhouse a little bit, and had a cup of tea and some biscuits, and I'm now off to go and watch today's Home and Away and UK soaps, and hope you guys have all had a great start to your week, and you'll see you with more to vlog tomorrow. It's now Tuesday, and I got up early ready to go off to the garden centre, and I had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast, watched a bit of TV, listened to a bit of music, and was having some bear cuddles, and then I headed off to the garden centre, and it was a lovely sunny day with beautiful blue skies, and I made my way up to the garden centre earlier than rather than later because it was supposed to be like 32 degrees by the later part of the afternoon, so I headed up when it was a little bit cooler and not as hot, and I was listening to music on my headphones whilst on my walk up, and I ended up getting some flower starts whilst on my way up to the garden centre, and I'll show you guys those. To get some really pretty flower starts whilst on my way up to the garden centre. They have lovely colours and patterns on. I then got up to the garden centre, and I ended up getting a mirror selfie just outside of the garden centre before going in from one of the country lane mirrors, and I'll show you guys that. Yeah, it got quite hot as I neared the garden centre, so I ended up having to take my top off to cool down a bit, and I then put my top on again, and I had my hat on as didn't want to get sunburnt, and put lots of sun cream on, and I then got into the garden centre, and I went off to the flower section and got some flower starts on there. I just love flower photography so much, all the lovely patterns and colours, all the roses and the dahlias, and those yellow ones with the patterns on the petals are just so beautiful. I then got some selfies in front of some of the little home setups they have kind of like in IKEA, and in front of some of the flowers and blossoms. I then went off into the cafe, and I got myself a drink from there as I had a free drink on my Dobby's card, so I had that, and I also got another one to have on the way back from the garden centre, and was chatting to one of my mates who works in the cafe. And then I went off and had a look at the home and stationery section, and went off and had a look at the plant section and got some plant starts from there. I was able to get some really pretty leaf snaps with lovely patterns and colours on. I was chatting with my mate who works at the garden centre, and we were having a lovely catch up, and I used to work there while I was doing work placement, and she is so lovely, and we always have such great chats when I go into the garden centre. I then ended up getting some more flower snaps, and I'll show you guys those. These flowers have such lovely colours and patterns on. I just love flower and plant photography so much. I then made way back, and on my way back I had a bit of my drink that I got from the cafe. I was then listening to more of my music on my headphones. I then got back, and for my lunch I had some sausage sandwiches with a cup of tea, and I was having some bear cuddles and just watching a bit of Midsummer Murder and listening to a bit of music. My dad had gone off to work to lock up, and my mum was down at my grandma's for the afternoon. I was down just reading some more one day, had a cup of tea and some biscuits, and was tidying up my office and my dolls and dollhouse. And then my dad got back from being at work to lock up, shortly followed by my mum. And then I popped off to One Stop to get one of the soap magazines, which has a front cover with Wob on the front, and it's all about their reunion looming. I'm so excited. Get John out of the way and get our boys back together. It makes my heart so happy having them back on the front cover of the soap magazines and having Ryan Hawley back as Robert. I never thought he'd ever come back after being sent down for murder, and technically, well, it was murder, but also it was it's complicated. But anyway, he's back. They're gonna get back together. Reunion is on its way, and I'm so excited for Wob to be back together. I love Wob so much. They're one of my favourite soap couples, and Balam and EastEnders. Apparently, Max Balam, who plays Ben, might be coming. Well, he's coming back for a little stint, and he might be coming back next year, like full time. So fingers crossed. I'll have Wob and Balam both back together. Two of my favourite soap couples. So I'm very excited. And then I had my tea, and for my tea I had some chicken Kievs, and I'm going to show you guys those. They were so delicious, and I'm now off to go and finish my dinner and treat for today, and then I'm going to be watching today's Home and Away and UK soaps, and I've got to set my alarm because I've got to be up early tomorrow because I'm going off to help my older sister at work, at her school where she works at, and then we're going to be meeting Zoe, my daughter's girlfriend, and we're then going off to TK Maxx and HomeSense just for little flowers, as they've got a lot of autumn and fall stuff in, so just gonna have a look at that. So ready for autumn now, and then we're gonna probably get some lunch, and yeah, it'll be a really fun day out, and I'll see you with more to vlog tomorrow. It's now Wednesday. It's currently 7ish in the morning. I am up early to go to help my older sister at her school, and then we're going to be going off to get Zoe from my older brother and his friend's house, and then we're going to be going off to the range and TK Maxx to look at all things autumn and fall, and I'm so excited for autumn. So I got showered and changed and had some breakfast, and I'm just waiting for my older sister to pick me up, and just before finishing and getting changed, I caught myself in the mirror. I was like, oh my god, looking great. So I ended up getting a mirror selfie from the bathroom, and I'm going to show you guys. I love the body confidence that a haircut gives you, and then having a bit of manscaping as well. Feeling super confident at the moment, and I'm just loving it. And I've just had some crumpets for my breakfast, just a bit of music, and had some bear cuddles with Bear. He's just getting so big, and he was nestled right into my shoulder, which is so adorable. And I'm now off to go and finish my cup of tea in my cactus mug. Got this from Tiger. I love this mug so much, and just see when I'm back from being out with my older sister and my older brother's girlfriend. It's later on in the day now, and I'm back from helping my older sister at her school where she works at, tidying up the library. She came and picked me up, and we went off there and helped tidy up the library, and then we went off and picked my older brother's girlfriend up from theirs, and we went off into the high street where my older brother's girlfriend live, and they've got such a cute little high street, and I went off and had a look around some of the charity shops, and went off to the flower shops and got some flower stuff from there. It's such a cute little flower shop. I then got a snap of this plant pot with a little face on, and I'm going to show you guys that. It's so adorable. We then went into a few more charity shops and clothes shops, and then I went off to the sweet shop in the high street, and I got some fudge from there, and I'm going to show you guys a snap that I got from the outside of the shop and of the fudge that I got. It's such a cute sweet shop, and the guy that served me was so sweet, and we were having a good chat, and I love the window displays they always have, and I got some clotted cream and some cookie dough fudge, and it was so good. We then headed off and had a look at some other shops, and then went off for a little drinks break in Coffee One. I had a caramel frappe and a bit of Victoria sponge. The Victoria sponge cake and the caramel frappe was so delicious. We sat and chilled in there for a little bit, and then headed off to this little market where they had a bookshop and some charge shops. So we had a look in the bookshop and the charge shops, and I was this close to getting an OMG doll, but I didn't end up getting her. She didn't have any of her clothes on her, and so I decided not to get her. And then we headed back to my older brother and girlfriend's house, and my older sister ended up borrowing some shorts from my older brother's girlfriend, as she had been wearing jeans and it got very hot and needed to get changed into some shorts to cool down a bit. And my older brother's girlfriend was getting stuff ready for rugby this evening. She's going to with my older sister, and she came down the stairs, and I hid around the corner in the kitchen and jumped out and made her jump. And I was waiting there for ages, and then striked. And my older sister had filmed me making her jump, and my older brother's girlfriend was like, I was wondering why you were filming. Not so good. And normally it's me getting made like to jump, so I'm glad I got her back. And then we headed off to TK Maxx and HomeSense, and we went off to HomeSense first, and I'd never been into HomeSense before, so I was very excited to get in there. And it's huge, and there's 2 levels, and I got a snap of some of the Halloween stuff they have in there. I'm so ready for autumn. I just can't wait for fuzzy socks, sweater weather, pumpkin spice, everything, spooky movie marathons, Halloween, just all of it, and especially the cooler weather. I'm so done with this heat, it's just too bloody hot. We then went across the road to TK Maxx and had a look at their Halloween stuff. They also had Halloween stuff in there, and I had such a great time with Laura and Zoe, looking at all the stationery and the mugs and smelling all the scented candles. We then got some bits from there, and I got a neck fan to help cool myself down because I just get so bloody warm, and also got myself a drinks bottle. And then we went off to get McDonald's for lunch, and I had a Big Mac meal with a Fanta and a hot apple pie, and I'll show you guys that. McDonald's was so delicious. I then got a green apple Sprite to take away from the specials, and it's on for a limited time, and I highly suggest you go get that. It is so good. We then made our way back. We got back, and my older brother's girlfriend did my sister's nails, and then I was just sorting out my office and my dolls and dollhouse, working on some illustrations and colouring some of those in, and had a cup of tea and some biscuits. And my older brother and dad had been fishing, and my older brother came back a little bit earlier, and he caught some big fish and sent some photos to Zoe, and he was very chuffed, bless him. I'm glad he's had a good day. And I then charged my fan. I can't wait to have my neck fan for my walks, and also to use it at work to help cool me down, and put my drinks bottle in the wash. And I'm going to show you guys a clip of those things I got from TK Maxx. Here are the things I got from TK Maxx. So we got this neck fan. I'm always melting at work and when I'm out on my walks, so this is going to be an absolute godsend for me to keep me cool and refreshed. So I'm really looking forward to having this. I also got myself a new water bottle because keeping hydrated is always important, and it's this lovely green bottle, and it's got lovely colourful flowers on, and you press this bit here, you press this bit down, and it comes up like that. So looking forward to using that for work. That was such a good purchase, and I'd wanted one for ages to help calm me down, and was looking everywhere, and then my older sister managed to find it. It was the last one in the shop, so I'm so glad I was able to get that. I can't wait to use that for my walks and also for when I'm at work. I then worked on some illustrations, coloured some of those in, and was just sorting out my Bridget doll. And then my dad got back from being fishing, and my older brother and sister and older brother's girlfriend have gone off to rugby training. And for my tea, I had some bacon butties, and I'm sure you guys those. The bacon butties were so delicious with lots of tomato ketchup on, just how I like them. And I'm now off to go and fish watching the rest of my journal entry for today, and then I'm going to be watching today's home away and UK soaps, and probably have an early night because I'm absolutely pooped. It's been a very fun but very tiring day, and I shall see you with more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Thursday and I got up early ready to go off for a catch up with Tash in town, and I had some crumpets with a cup of tea for my breakfast. I then had some bear cuddles. I then got myself ready to go off to get the bus just up at the house centre at the top of the road, and I got there just as the bus had arrived, so I timed that perfectly. I then got on the bus and was listening to music on my headphones whilst on the bus, and Tash was going to be meeting me at Willowbrook bus stop, and I approached and she wasn't there. I knew exactly what had happened. She had overslept. So I got off at Willowbrook and went into the Tesco's and waited there for a little bit just to see if she would respond and be on her way. Fortunately, she was deep in slumber, so I ended up getting the bus into town, and by the time I got into town, Tash then called and texted to say how she overslept and that she'd be on her way. So whilst waiting for her to arrive, I popped to one of my favourite flower shops that I love to go to whenever I'm in town, and I got some flower snacks from there, didn't she? I've always got such beautiful bouquets of flowers in there, and it's just such a lovely flower shop, and I was having a lovely chat with the flower shop keepers in there. I then got some plants that's plant pots are so pretty. They always have such lovely plant and flower displays in that flower shop. I then went next door to the cafe and I got myself a chai latte with a bit of cake, and I'll show you guys that. The chai latte and a bit of cake was so delicious. I then just sat and chilled in there for a little bit, scrolled through my phone and was reading one of the books they had on one of the shelves, and then Tash arrived and we went off and had a look around some of the market stalls in one of the markets, and it's so lovely around there. Some really cool shops in there. We went into one of the book shops and also into one of the sweet shops, and then I got 2 plant sets from one of the plant shops that they have there. I'll show you guys those. I love that plant shop with the plant displays in the window. It's so cute. And then Tash got a snap of me in front of the doorway, and I'll show you guys that. She always gets such great snaps of me. We then went off and got some lunch from Sandwich, and the sandwiches there are so good and they are humongous. And I had my usual, I had a coronation chicken sandwich with this ginormous bit of Biscoff cheesecake, and got myself a cherry cola from there. And we sat out in the little seating area outside of the shop and had our lunch, and I'll show you guys that. The sandwiches were so delicious. They were huge. I'm surprised we got through them. And the bits of cake that we had, I had a Biscoff cheesecake and Tash had an Oreo slice, and they were both huge, and we devoured them. And then we sat and chilled there for a little bit just to let our food go down. We then headed off and had a look around some of the shops. I went off into Cabot, and I went off into Sports Direct and got myself a new bag. It's so nice and it's got lots of space. My other bag I had, which I'd had for quite a long time, was kind of falling apart. One of the zips had broken off, so I thought it was time to get a new bag. So the other one got put in a bin, had a little bit of moment of silence for it, and yeah, it served me well. But now I've got this one. And then we went into Game, which is closing down, so they had a clearance on everything, including dolls. I'd got some dolls before, and there was this Barbie Dreams Bestie doll that I've been looking for forever, and I finally found it, and I'm so glad I've now got that in my collection. And I'm going to show you guys a clip of that, and also a clip of it out of box, because I could be opening it to add to the other dolls just over there. I'll show you guys. Here's my new Dreams Bestie Barbie doll, Brooklyn doll. I love her hair. She's got tinsel in her hair, she's got 2 ponytails, and she's got some heart gold earrings, beautiful blue eyeshadow with ringed eyeliner, and I love the freckles on her nose. Then she's got this blue New York jacket that says booked on, that has white fluffy sleeves, and then a blue denim skirt, and these blue high heels which are so cute with some blue leg warmers, and then it says New York Brooklyn on, and she's got this little dog in her arms, and she's so pretty, and I've wanted this doll for so long. And then I cut up these little photos that were on the back of the box to put up where my other Barbie Dream Betty dolls go. And then I'm going to show you guys the accessories. She's got this keyboard where she's making some music, this little tripod to put her phone on to film her music videos. Then she's got this jukebox and this Barbie rainbow handbag that says Barbie on, which is so iconic, and this phone that says calling best friend. And then on the back, the phone case has Barbie on. She is so beautiful. I love the tinsel on her hair and all the accessories she comes with. So good with the dolls having lots more accessories, and can't wait to put her with the other Dream Bestie Barbie dolls. We then ended off the day by going into Typo to get my older brother's birthday present from there, and I can't believe he's going to be 30 on the 28th of August, a big kid really, and I got that sorted out. And then we went off to Sparks, this awesome shop with so many cool bits of art and bits and pieces that you can get, and so we were having a good look around there, and they had lots of really cool mirrors, and as you guys know, I bloody love a mirror selfie, so we got a few mirror selfies from there, and I'll show you guys. Love that one with me and Tash. Had such a great day with Tash, always have so much fun and hanging out with her. Didn't know how she puts up with my madness. And then we got the bus back, and the bus was cancelled that we were going to be getting, so we had to wait for a bit. And we'd gone off to Waterspoons in the galleries, and we'd planned about when we're going to be living together, and I cannot wait to move in with her. So we're just getting that sorted out, and had some drinks in the little cafe in there. I didn't even know they had cafes in there, and Tash got some more games for tonight. She's got this grab the mic game where you have to read a word, and then you have to quickly grab the mic and sing a song that has that word in, which I've seen on TikTok, and I can't wait to play that tonight. And then another one where you have to say if such a thing is hot or cold. It looks a bit complicated, but I'm sure once you get playing it will become more easy. Can't wait for games like this evening, and I'm going to be getting some drinks from the shops, like some Fanta and stuff like that for tonight, getting the pop. And then we got the later bus back, and Tash got off near to where she's currently living once the house is having work done, and I then made my way back home, and we had lots of like roadworks and traffic lights in place, so I thought I was never going to get home. I then got home. I am now home, and my mum and dad and younger sister are having a takeaway for tea. I'm not sure what Jen's doing for tea, but I'm sure whatever it is, it's going to be lovely. Can't wait to get to Jen's and have some tea and play some games. And I'm just currently writing a bit of my journal and just chilling before going off to Jen's for games night, and I'll see you with a bit more to vlog later on. It's later on in the evening now, and I'm back from being at Jenny's for games night. So we got dropped down there by my dad, and on the way there I'd gone to the corner shop to get some drinks for games night. I then got to games night, and I'd got some Sprite and some lemon Fanta to have for games night, and I love lemon Fanta so much. We then played the two games that Tash had got whilst we were out in town, and we played the first one, which was the grab the mic one, which was so much fun, and then the second one we played, which was the hot or cold one, or the good and bad, and it was really fun, a little bit confusing, but a few more games of that and we'll get the hang of it. And we had spaghetti bolognese for tea, and I'll show you guys that. The spaghetti bolognese was so delicious with lots of Parmesan cheese, and we then played another game of the grab the mic, and then had some pudding, and we had some Biscoff cheesecake with some ice cream, and I'll show you guys that. The Biscoff cheesecake and the ice cream was so delicious. We then played some more games and just chatted and had such a great evening. Always have so much fun at games night, it goes so quickly. And then Jamie and Tash got picked up and their dad kindly dropped me home. I then got back and I was just chatting with my mum and telling her all about how my day had been. I was telling her about Sparks. It's a really cool shop that I always love going into. They have really cool mirrors that I like getting photos in front of. As you guys know, I love a mirror selfie. And I also said about the shoes, where you can go and do shoemaking classes where you can make high heels, and I love high heels. I can run in high heels, I can actually walk better in high heels than I can in trainers. And whilst in there with Tash today, we came across these pair of shoes which give me Spice Girls vibes, and I'm sure you guys those. They're so pretty. Definitely gonna have to do the high heel making class with Tash soon. Then I finished writing my journal entry for today and put that away. Had a cup of tea and some biscuits and was reading some more of one day, and I've almost finished that. I am determined to finish it before going on holiday so I can start a new book for holiday. And then I was just watching today's Home and Away and UK soaps, and just been working on some illustrations and cramming some of those in, and I've just got a DVD out to put in my bag ready for morning group tomorrow. As we're going to be having a movie morning and we've got to bring in a DVD and we're going to vote on which one to watch, and I shall see you with more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Friday and I got up early ready to go off to morning group, and I had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast, and I was having some bear cuddles and listened to a bit of music and just watched a bit of TV before going off to morning group. I got my DVD for our vote as we're going to be having a movie morning, and my mum then dropped me off to morning group, and I got there and we picked Matilda, and I hadn't seen that for so long, and it's such a great film, and we watched the 1996 version, and we watched that and had some popcorn, and I'm going to show you guys some snaps I got from the movie morning we had at morning group. I had such a great time at morning group having a movie morning, watching Matilda, which I hadn't watched in so long. Such a good film, and we had some coffees and teas and some biscuits, and I'm a big fan of dunking my biscuits in my tea. Let me know in the comments if you're a dunker of biscuits in your tea or coffee. I did almost get given one of the other members of the morning group's coffees, and luckily I was about to drink it thinking it was my tea, and I smelled the coffee. I was like, yep, this is not mine, and it was like, has anybody got a tea by mistake? And one of my other members of the morning group looked at the cup and was like, oh, this is a tea. So we swapped over our drinks. I then was drinking some of my biscuits in my tea, and then we watched some episodes of Shaun the Sheep, and then it was the end of the session, and I'm not there next week as I'm off on holiday, so they're all wishing me a lovely holiday. And then I got picked up by my mum and I got dropped off to the high street, as we thought my grandma was up at the nail salon, so my mum was going to go up there and drop me up the high street and then pick my grandma up from the nail salon. Turns out she'd walked home, so my mum then did a U-turn and came back instead of going into the high street, and dropped me off by the flower shop on the corner of the high street. I then went in there and was having a lovely chat with the flower shopkeepers in there. I then was getting some flower snacks on there, and I'm sure you guys those. They've always got such beautiful bouquets of flowers in there with lovely colourful flowers on, and they always smell so good. And I then was just having a look around there as of the new things they had in. I then got some plants that's on there, and I'll show you guys those. I love that little shelving unit they have with all the plant pots on. They're so cute. I then head off to have a look around some of the child shops. I went off to one of the book shops. I love this one of old books. I then saw and chatted to one of my family friends and popped to have a little look in where the old plant shop used to be, which is now going to be where my friend used to have her art stuff in one of the flower shops, which is now closed. It's going to have their art stuff on display, and so you can go and buy some art stuff. So I was having a little look in there, and I'm looking forward to checking that out when I get back from being on holiday. And then I went off to one of the cafes and got a drink from there, and then had to pop to the bathroom just before leaving, and I got a myself from there. I'm sure I love the wallpaper in there, it's so cute. I then went off and chatted with one of my mates who was in co-op, and then I made my way off to go and get myself some lunch, and I went off to go to Aldi, but the meal deal section was literally gone, so I ended up going back down to co-op and getting myself a meal deal from there. I did, however, get to go and have a look at the Aldi's Best Buy when not being able to get meal deal. Gave me the excuse to have a look down the Best Buy section, which me and Tasha always love going to have a little nose down. I then made way back, and on my way back I was just enjoying the lovely sunshine and blue skies. Although it is very sunny, there was also a little bit of a breeze as well, so it meant it wasn't as hot. I then got back and I then had my lunch that I'd got from co-op, and for my lunch I had some cheese and onion sandwiches, which are so good, and some barbecue lips, which are my favourite flavour of hula hoops. I then had some more of my lemon Fanta that I'd got for games night last night, that I had a lot left over, so I brought that back with me. Love lemon Fanta so much. I was then listening to a bit of music, doing some drawing, colouring in, and reading some more of One Day, and I've literally almost finished that. I'm guaranteed that by this evening I would have finished that, and I have a book ready to take with me on holiday. I then just getting all my stuff ready to take with me on holiday, getting that all ready to pack, and can't believe it is holiday eve. So excited to get down to holiday, and I'm so glad that I've got 2 weeks off, and it's going to be so nice having 2 weeks off to be nice and refreshed and recharged, ready to get back to work the following week. And I then was just working on some illustrations and colouring some of those in, and I'm going to show you guys a clip of some of my new illustrations that I coloured in. I'm going to be showing you guys a few of my new illustrations that I've just finished colouring in, starting off with this one here. So this one has a sharp shoulder padded shirt, and over the top of that she's got this purpley maroon coloured jumpsuit with a black pair of high heels, and she's got some long black nails. She's got a ring on, and she's got the collar and a black choker necklace, and her long flowing hair. And I love her red lips and eyeshadow matching her bodysuit, and she's got a belt on, and then the little cufflinks at the end with the 2 buttons on. And then that's one of my new ones as well that I've shown you guys, and I just love the colour of this dress. And then I've got this one here, it's got a corset and these massive like puffy sleeves with sequins on, and then she's got this like bauble earring and this pearl necklace, and she's got this little corset and then some trousers, and then she's got some gloves on. And this one here, she's got a red dress and boots and a handbag, and again more shoulder pads and some spiky earrings and a bauble earring and a choker necklace. And then these two are the latest ones I've just coloured in. This one here is all in green boots and a green dress. I love the little slit at the top, and then the collar, and again more shoulder pads. And this one here has got this lovely fish tail dress with this lovely blue, and then little like ruched ruffle bit at the top with some blue sparkles on, a black earring and some blue eyeshadow to match the dress. And those are my newest illustrations coloured in. I love colouring my illustrations with those gel pens, especially the sparkly ones. Just adds that little bit of sparkle to them, and it makes them look so pretty. And I went through a little bit of a break where I wasn't really having like any inspo for illustrating, and kind of went for a bit of a break where I just didn't really want to, and now I'm getting a little bit more inspo and getting back into it, which I'm really enjoying. And I'm now off to go and finish watching Hour After, which I've been watching just while doing some illustrations, and I'm going to be doing a few more illustrations whilst watching that. One of my favourite films of all time. Love that film so much. And I've got my uniform ready for work tonight. I'm doing 6 till close. It's me, Tash, and one of our other colleagues, Liv, and then I'm off for 2 weeks. Cannot wait to get off on holiday tomorrow. Very excited about that, being with the whole family. Got Purdy going off to a cattery in the morning, and then Bear is going to be going to a dog place just down the road from where we're staying in Dorset. And it's going to be weird having Purdy in the cattery and Bear in the dog place, but they're going to have a great time, and I'm going to see them when we're back, and they'll be looked after very well. And it's just going to be sad having Bear there, and we've abandoned him, but he'll have a great time running around the field, getting lots of fuss, and he loves playing with his tennis balls and his toys, and so they look after him very well. And we're going to be planning to go to Monkey World when we get down there, which I'm looking forward to, and also going to Door. Although it's a bit of a trek to get down, I just cannot wait to get down to Dorset, and with all the fun holiday things we've got planned, it's going to be so much fun. And I shall see you when I'm back from work this evening with more of the vlog later on. It's later on in the evening now, and I'm back from being at my work shift. I had work 6 till close, so I got myself ready for work, and just before leaving for work I got a photo of Bear led in the kitchen doorway, and I'm going to show you guys that. He is so adorable. I'm going to miss that pooch so much whilst we're on holiday and he's staying in the little dog sanctuary holiday place, and also going to miss Purdy when she's in her cat sanctuary place whilst we're away. And I was giving him lots of kisses and hugs, and then I got dropped to work by my dad. I then got into work, I got clocked in to put my bag away, and got my drink that I got from the corner shop just before work out of my bag, and had some of that. And it was me, Tash, and one of our other colleagues, Liv, and I was closing with Liv, and it was quite busy with lots of people ordering lots of cocktails, and we were having lots of people sitting outside. It was a lovely sunny evening and still very warm in the later parts of the evening, so that kept us busy. And I was running lots of food and drinks, doing lots of food, drink orders and drinks, making and cleaning lots of tables inside as well as outside. And Tash finished early, and it was just me and Liv closing, and we absolutely smashed the close. I then finished about 11:40ish, and then after work me and Liv had a drink, and I just had a Coke, and then we got locked up, and then she kindly dropped me home, and I then got back and I got into my PJs and have now finished packing for holiday tomorrow. So excited to get on my holidays. And then I was just watching a bit of Sex and the City with my mum. I love that show, and I've got And Just Like That season 3 final. I can't believe it's finishing again. Absolutely loved the spin-off they did, but I'm glad we got it, and we got to see where they ended up after the Sex and the City series finished, which I really liked, and seeing them like mature and seeing what they got up to, like with the kids and stuff, which is really cool. And I then had a mac and cheese for my tea, and I'm going to show you guys that. The mac and cheese was so delicious, nice and cheesy, just how I like it. I then finished writing my journal entry for today, and I put that in my backpack that I'm taking on holiday with me, along with my sketchbook, one day, and my blue jet doll that I'm going to be taking with me, with some outfits I'm going to change it into each day, with a suitcase that has some other accessories like some necklaces and shoes that I don't want to be getting lost. And I'm then going to be watching today's Home and Away and UK soaps, and I hope you guys all have a lovely weekend ahead. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you guys when I'm back from my holiday.